Hi everyone, my name is Andriy Khvetkevych. I'm a CEO of NicNames.com, and here we are with our first episode of NicNames podcast about domain names, about AI, about all the innovations, about startups. So please tune in and let's welcome my guest, Oleg. He's CEO of Reply.io. Hi, Oleg.
Hi everyone. Hi Andrei.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. Right now I'm in Warsaw, Poland. I started living there 1.5 years ago. When the war in Ukraine started, I was outside of Ukraine, so I didn't have a chance to go back since after.
So a little bit of a background about us. We're both from Ukraine, and we're both working on the international companies. We launched international companies, and Oleg's company is. Let me maybe not talk about your company. Maybe I will give you a word to talk about your company first. Okay?
Yeah, for sure. So my company name called Reply.io. It's a tool to automate sales outreach. So sales professionals use our system to get in touch with their prospective leads. It could be outbound leads, or it could be inbound leads. For example, like someone downloaded the PDF or created a trial. So sales rep would use our tool to send email, LinkedIn, WhatsApp follow-ups in order to get in touch with these customers and get them on the phone, show the product, and eventually close the sale. We've been doing this for like 10 years. And right now it's exciting time for us, doing a lot stuff in AI space, probably something that we'll talk about in this podcast.
Yeah, of course. We will talk about AI, and it's so exciting. I met you maybe 10 years ago, right? Or like even earlier. And what catched my attention is your domain name, reply.io. How you came up with this name? How you came up with the brand and trademark? Do you have a little story about it?
Yep, I do. So actually, the first name of company was Reach Out. And then after I started building, the one competitor with name Outreach appeared on the market. So I thought it's not okay to have a similar name. And again, we had this name, we were working under this name, but we're always on my back of mind, we need to change name. And I had no idea what to change it for. And I've been thinking about it for half a year. And interesting enough, the idea came into as a daydream. So I was sleeping at night, and in the morning, again, probably because I was thinking too much, I had this name came to my mind, like Replied. And then I thought, it was a name, Replied. Then again, I made it shorter and decided to go with Reply. With the domain name, it's a separate story. First, we bought the domain replyapp.io, since reply.io was not available. And it took us a bit like a year or two, almost negotiations to get reply.io at a good price from a reseller.
If it's not a secret, how much was the domain name? How much did you pay for it?
I think it was 7K, but interesting enough, we started from like 20K deal. But and as well, we didn't mention, again, I didn't make a negotiation. My partner that has at that time like no affiliation with Reply, again, because he became partner after, he made like trading. So the seller would not find that's again some company that is successful and working want to buy domain. And so we made it like we were afraid again for him to not raise price once he knows the buyer.
Okay. Yeah, it's very, very smart, because like if you given the background to the seller, they may increase the price or they may just hold the high price like forever. And actually we had similar situation with the NicNames.com, because we had to buy both domain names with the K and without the K, because people will type probably a correct spelling like with the K and NicNames.com. And our brand is NIC names, so without the K, because NIC, we have this company in Ukraine, Nic.ua. We wanted to follow the same branding, same like connection with the parent company in Ukraine, and we bought first NicNames without the K, and it was not expensive. It was like about 10K, something like that, and everything was great. But then I realized like, oh shit, we need to buy NicNames.com with the K, because all our like people who we're talking to, they put in the K even spell checkers changing the nicknames.com with a K. And we had negotiation maybe, I don't know, like maybe 6 months about the prettier domain name. And we were able to sign the contract and buy this domain name over the time. So we're making the installment payments, but it's a 6-figure number. So it's very expensive, but we need it because of the SEO, because of the traffic, because of the other things. So we have to think about it like very deeply carefully because it's a brand. And which challenges also you had on the establish your brand? Maybe you had some problems with trademarks, maybe something else. Like, do you have anything else to say about the branding?
About 5 years ago, we decided to register trademark, and we thought it was a good idea to protect our trademark, especially for like Google advertisements, since we've seen some competitors were kind of asking us not to use a name, so we wanted to do the same. But that was actually maybe not the best idea, because once we applied for trademark, we triggered some other parties who had this reply name registered, and one of them were a company from UK. So 5 years ago, basically we started, they filed an opposition and blocked registration of this trademark for us. And again, and I would say this not resolved till this time. So it's been like
The question, in which country did you file the trademark?
Yeah, I think we filed the US, Canada, and then UK, and then worldwide. But the company we had as well, I believe, have multiple countries. But what we came down to right now, it's a settlement agreement where we I don't want to disclose it, but we obviously don't want to go with the court. It's a bigger corporation that's been in the market longer than us, and we have both the same names. So right now we decided to make like some. It took us a long time to make some agreement and make this settlement where we keep our name and they'll keep. And they will not kind of touch us.
Okay, so this is a good insight, and I'm also the patent attorney, and that's why I'm asking these questions, because for any startup, it's very important to choose the name that will be actually registered as a trademark, and that's why you have to find something pretty unique to not compete with other companies, like in your case, for example, or if we will talk about Apple, they were in a big war with a company called Apple from also Great Britain, and it's a music company that was working with Beatles. I mean, still representing Beatles and collecting all the royalties and stuff like that. When you choosing your name, you have to follow few rules. So first, your name should be unique. Second, your name has to be easy to remember, easy to type, and easy to pronounce, easy to spell. For example, if it's like hard pronunciation, so easy to spell. When you checking the name, you also have to check social networks, because in social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and other platforms, you may have the same trademark that's already established in the social media, even they don't have a domain name, or in Google search they are very low or something, but they are maybe very big in social media platforms. So you have to check all these little parts. And when you choosing your domain name, of course, a lot of people want to choose domain.com, but we all know that domains.com, almost all of them are not available, because there is a lot of secondary market, like a lot of people who register in domain names to resell them later, and all beautiful .com domain names, they very expensive. Like I said, we had to negotiate the contract with the NicNames.com with a 6-figure number. It's very expensive for most startups. It's very expensive for most companies. And in this case, my suggestion as a registrar to look into new GTLD domain names. It's domain names that has a lot of free names. I mean, like not taken domain names. And actually, it's a good way to save a lot of money and have a good brand. Like Oleg has reply.io. It's not a new GTLD domain name. It's a domain name that belongs to the country, but all the companies using in the IT space.io, it's like best practice now. So IO or maybe some other domain extensions. My suggestion is to look not only onto domains.com. What do you think about this, Oleg?
No, I agree, but I have one quick follow-up question. A lot of people would be concerned regarding SEO with this not so popular names. What do you think about if I'll buy, let's say, .dev or some non-popular domain? Will it be harder to do SEO, or it doesn't matter now?
So this question, I think more to a CEO professional, but as I know, for any website, you have to work on the CEO, you have to put correct HTML on your website, you have to spread information about your website, like maybe buying links, maybe doing something else. And in general, Google and other search engines, they know niche utility domains. It's not about like if this domain zone is huge or not huge. I don't think there's a big problem with the CEO, but I think one of the next episodes we will invite CEO professional who will explain which domain names are better for SEO, which one not better. But if you have a domain name that matching your company brand, it's very easy to put on the highest position on Google because it will be matching with your company name. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah. So like if you have a domain, I don't know, and like your company, for example, doing outreach, like your company, yeah, they're doing outreach through reply.io, but reply.io is taken, and I'm thinking, oh, like I need to register some like domain name that is beautiful, but like good and like not super expensive. Maybe outreach.digital, a cool domain name. And I can also name the company outreach.digital. It could be fully matching and easy to find and access on the web.
Okay, makes sense.
So, let's talk now about some future things that to expect here in the space. Now we have a lot of companies and like everyone like trying to implement some AI parts in their companies. And my question is, how are you using AI in reply.io?
Yeah, good question. I think we started implementing AI like 7 years ago, and we were the first on the market who would categorize responses you receive to your email, like business email. We would categorize them by categories like interested, not now, etc. So when you do your outreach, people respond to you, and you right away could see who is interested and handle this interested emails first, then folder not now, meaning people saying, hey, contact me later. So you'll have that's in separated folders, which is very convenient for handling and following up. And right now, again, since release of GPT-4 or even GPT-3, we got so much excited, and myself, about the possibility. I think that's the ultimate thing almost for our sales automation. So once, since again, with AI, you can automate ideally almost full work of SDR professional, because SDRs are mostly working with text and ChatGPT and data, and ChatGPT is really good with text and data. Again, right now we have some voice models. Maybe it will be possible to have calls. AI will be doing, but for now we'll leave it for people. But SDRs could be like really assistant to AI SDR, could be assistant to a sale, the same how real SDR is assistant now in terms of booking meeting, following up, or answering simple questions person may have, like how much is your product. AI ChatGPT can perfectly generate answer if they have this data in their knowledge base. So we right now, again, we have many AI features, and how we add them like slowly into different systems and more into different parts of the systems. And more importantly, we don't want to add AI for the sake of AI. We want to add AI where it's really work. And again, we've been on this industry for 10 years, so we know what things like really people use, where it's going to help. And so we automate many parts of our system in adding AI, and slowly we expect in a few years, maybe like most of the things will be done through AI. And one important thing how I see, it's two ways to interact with software. First, you could do it manually. You go to UI and you do stuff. And second, you do it fully automated. You basically, instead of going to UI, you go to AI, basically, which is just another type of interface where you basically communicate to AI what you need from the system, and it starts working. If they have any problems or like roadblocks, they could in chat, they could always message you back on a WhatsApp and ask, hey, I have this roadblock. Should I do this by default, or you have any other suggestions? So eventually it will become like AI agent or AI employee that you talk on the Slack, like you talk right now to your real, employees.
Okay, that's pretty cool. If I want to use reply.io, can I do, for example, some scenarios that AI using to send emails or maybe reply to emails, or maybe I can add some knowledge base or something like that? How that works?
Yes, correct. So you're able to add knowledge base. So basically, that's the first, I'll start from this. So first you'll add your knowledge base, you upload your PDF, or you could do like send your website link, and we'll go one level down the website, I believe, or this ability to go even a few levels down. So we'll crawl information that you have, PDF support articles, and we'll store this in embedding. So basically embedding is like database for AI that they could go to. And then basically, you could use this information. Right now, there is two ways where knowledge base is used in reply. For example, that's for our web chat. So when someone asks a question about the product, we have a sales chat, so it's not support chat. The difference is support chat helping you to answer support question, and our sales chat, it's on landing, and it's mostly to answer the question how you're different from competitors, what's the price, so any questions that any new person may ask. So we made a sales chat, so this database will be used there. But as well, there's option we have in our system. If you want to AI draft replies for the emails, let's say someone emailed you asking how much your product cost. If this information we have in our knowledge base, AI could create a draft in a Gmail or in our inbox inside of system with like this content. And you could basically review this draft and send. And for people who are like super brave, we even have auto-reply option, saying again, if AI know the answer, it will auto-reply person, how you're different from this competitor. AI knows this answer, it will send email. An interesting finding was we found with this replies with AI, and we had a feedback that I would say our customers said 80% of time they would not edit the draft that has been suggested to them. So they would edit only 20%. So it's pretty good.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Actually, we're also using AI at NicNames, and we were thinking like how we can make AI useful for clients, like how we can use this possibility. And the best way what we can do, it's AI domain name suggestions. So you can search like keywords like you usually do before the AI era, and right now you can put keywords and you can press the button search with AI, and it will be different domain zones, different names, and a lot of catchy names that you can use for your company. And one of the features that we created is, for example, you like domain name.io, and you want to find something exactly in that domain zone. In this case, you can just go on our website in the domain name page.io, and if you search in the name from this page, we will suggest you only different names available in this domain zone. So other registrars, they're usually giving you combination of different domain zones, but like if you prefer one domain zone, you can do that with us. So we're using AI for that, and it's working pretty cool.
Great. And I think I may have one more idea for you. It's not all like particularly AI, but what I've seen in B2B or just in our industry, then things are getting automated more and more. And eventually, again, AI is adding extra level of automation to something that's not was possible to automate before. But ultimate goal is just to automate and remove like people or assist people. So the idea could be, and that's what we see happening in our industry. If someone comes to reply, they need to connect their email account, Sometimes they just need to, if it's new business, they want to buy a domain, then they need to warm up their domain, because from new domains, you don't want to send emails. And people was doing this all the time manually. And now, again, we have solution, which is called email infrastructure, where we could do it all for you. We would basically automatically could register a domain for you, connect email account to it, and set up all the DNS records. So I think the idea for you could be, and was I believe some new business owners may want to do, they want to not only, they could, for example, it could provide them service that's AI concierge, that's for them, will buy the domain, buy email accounts, will connect email account, all these DMARC records to their website, maybe even connect to some hosting, because it's been always a pain to understand how to set up all these records, how to connect it to hosting, etc. So I think that's maybe could be a possibility, just to automate one step beyond just domain, and think what else they may need and automate that as well.
Okay, that's a great idea. And actually, we're working on some AI ideas to make life of our users easier. For example, if you want to set up your domain name to some service, I don't know, like a Google Suite, or I don't know, Shopify, or even to set up domain name with reply.io, we're working on the AI that you will just ask him, set up my domain name to point to reply.io. That's it. So, and it will search for instructions how to set up domain name, or it will ask to provide instructions that the website provided to the user. And based on the knowledge that it has, it will generate the records. And before replacing some records, it will tell you, if I will do that, it will, for example, your website will stop working in that way how it works in right now, but it will be pointed, for example, to Shopify, or your email will stop working and it will be handled by reply.io, for example. So we're working on that part, and I think it's also pretty cool, because people who really don't want to learn deep how to set up domain names, because they're usually doing it once in a while, and they usually hiring some professional. But if AI can handle it, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. And what about domain names at reply.io? People setting up usually accounts with their own domain names to reach out, or they usually using Gmail or something like that? How that works, that part?
It's a good question, and something that's where I see potentially could be in cooperation, since what we see right now, again, email rules are changing. And to basically continue doing outreach, you need to really limit how many emails you send from your particular inbox and particular domain. And what we see, again, users started doing, and again, we understand this and started building infrastructure around that to make it easier. They started buying multiple domains and registering multiple. For each domain, they would need to create email account, and for each email account, they will need, or email servers, they will need multiple users. So it's a lot of work to create a setup. And we are building right now actually infrastructure that will do it automatically. And as well, if you want to, when we send emails, there is tracking links. So we want to track if someone clicks the link, or there is as well open tracking links. So link that will say that's, again, someone opened email or not. So, and it's the best practice not to use some general or email provider domain name for that, but because you never know their reputation, but it's better to use your own domain for that. So we've seen users redirecting some subdomains, let's say mail.company.com to reply. So they could use short links in their email that will be pointing to their website. So yeah, so I would say in this regard, we have people pointing to other domain names in order to do this link tracking, open tracking, and as well they're creating again they're buying a lot of domains to be able to do send more emails from their business.
That's very interesting, and I'm just was thinking that we position NicNames as a domain name registrar that registering domain names at cost. We when we started to go on the US market, we realized that a lot of our competitors, they selling domain names at cost or even cheaper than they buying them. Then like next year or a few years later, they increasing the prices, and that way they making money. And a lot of people, they don't understand that, but we decided to make the registrar very transparent. So we guarantee that you will have domain names at cost if you are a member. So we have membership, and there's just two type of membership. One membership, you can have up to 500 active orders in your account. So it could be domain names, websites, SSL certificates, and other things that we will offer to our clients. And this membership is $99 per year. And the second membership is $399 per year with no limits. So you can have any amount of domains, any amount of websites, any amount of anything, basically. And we guarantee that you receiving domain names, SSL certificates, websites, and everything at cost. So basically you paying wholesale prices. And it works like a club system. Like, I don't know if you know, Costco is the same way. And we actually planning to add more and more different perks. For example, if reply.io want to offer, I don't know, 10%, 20% discount for our members, we can add reply.io to our partners, and people will get this discount only if they are members. So it's like club system that gives you IT services for less. What do you think about it?
No, I like this. And actually, again, while talking to you, I think, again, I see that I've never thought about it, but now it's just like revealing the possibility to cooperations. So for example, if you want to really going to buy domains, but obviously you have APIs. So we right now actually in a like research who we want to find in terms of domain, who has a good API, so we could register like domains. And then later on, we want to do the same with creating email accounts. So that could be a good cooperation, and it's good to know that you do provide this like fixed cost, and this will not change with time. Yeah, and obviously, I think another thing that will make it appealing for people to buy domain, let's say from our system, is that again, it should be not more expensive than if you go buy it like manually. If it's the same price, they would choose it because it's just more convenient.
Yes, exactly. And we also already see those examples with Amazon when people register domain names inside the Amazon infrastructure, inside the Cloudflare, inside other services. And we actually partner with a few services already right now. We have actually one more membership. It's called Enterprise membership. So this membership will be good for you because with a one flat fee per year, you're getting access to all the domain names around the world at cost. So you're receiving the same exactly prices as we are paying to the registry. And it's including also promotional offers. Some domain names you can register for $1, $2 or something like that for first year. And we offering that too. So for our partners, our members. And if you really want to consider that, let's talk about it. We have good API, and we can provide everything you need for that. And also one of the ideas, if that seems as a good fit, we can provide discounts for your clients to be our members, or maybe like first year for free, or 20%, 80% discount for our lifetime deal. We have lifetime deal. Like if you want to be if you want to get these prices for life, you can get lifetime deal, which is available till end of this year. We'll see. I don't know. we can try to collaborate, and maybe it will be pretty good for both of us.
Yeah, that's great. Some potential opportunity arise on this podcast. It's interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think we wanted to talk about media and how this landscape is changing, and I just want to set the backstage. So the thing is, right now, tech space is becoming like more and more competitive, and there's so many tools like really on the market, and you don't need another CRM or another email provider. So it's really hard to compete, and it's really hard to stand out. And what I've noticed that a lot of time, again, most of the time, if people are on their phone and if they're consuming content, that would be short form content. So they will watch shorts, reels, or TikTok. They would watch this short form videos. And that made me thinking, hey, looks like people stopped reading, and we invested so much in SEO and in these articles. Maybe again, we should change that. So we right now, what's your thought regarding this competition, this media, and what do you think? What is more important, product or marketing in this regard? When there is so much competition and products are almost the same.
Yeah, I totally understand what you're talking about, because right now we are on the stage where we have great product. We have like super fast, for example, domain name search engine. We have a lot of things. We have contracts with like unique contracts on the market, but the marketing part is kind of complicated right now because we're still figuring out the new market, how it works here. Because in Ukraine, we know how everything works. But in the United States, there is a huge competition, and we need to understand what exactly to do. And we're using AI for a lot of things right now. And actually, we were thinking to generate some videos, some articles, some other things, but like curated generation. So not just a random generation with some fake information or hallucinations. And actually, I saw that this type of content on your TikTok. Can you tell about this a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. So we started creating TikTok video content on a TikTok platform. Later, we plan to scale to YouTube, Instagram, but Facebook, other platforms, LinkedIn. But it's a bit harder for the new people to start from zero on these platforms. But TikTok algorithms are insane, and they're the best, I believe, and they're really good to get started. So right now, we're producing content with my avatar and as well AI-generated voice of myself. And we produce content on the topic of AI tools and AI tools and different how to use AI tools. So we actually started as well focus delivering some AI news, but then we decided, hey, looks like the content we're really good at, and that's we want to do it's AI how to. And the goal here is to educate people on what tools exist. Since right now, you may not know that's how much great tools are appearing and how much they could help you with your work. So we started doing this TikTok, and I would say 7 months past the launch, we actually, in terms of followers, we surpassed 80% of AI influencers on TikTok. We were kind of following and getting examples from, and those people and those like TikTok accounts were with real people. And again, in my TikTok, there is no one video created with real me. It's all avatar, it's all AI generated. So this proved my kind of theory and my idea that if you produce high quality content, it could beat with AI avatar, it could beat real human which produce less quality content. So that's exciting.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I would say that exciting that it's working, and we've seen how it's worked. We've seen there's some AI, other influencers appear with avatars, and I believe like few years from now, most of educational and news content will be from AIs, because it's much just, it's especially for news content, it could be generated like really fast as something happened.
And also, if you want to be impressed, actually, I just downloaded the Copilot from Microsoft, the new version of it. They just updated like a few days ago, and their new AI is just like impressive. So you can, if you will do the speaking to the AI, it's just like pressing a microphone. It talks to you like a real human. So it's like it can continue a conversation, it can interrupt you, it can change the type of voice. Even I was talking yesterday to the Copilot, and it says something like, now you have to relax, and it made the sound like so like I'm like, wow. What? Now it's making sounds like like breathing in, breathing out. I'm like, oh my god, wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so as you know, Microsoft, they invest in a lot of money into OpenAI, and this is part of OpenAI. They just have deeper access to the technology and everything. It's providing all the infrastructure for the OpenAI and for Microsoft Copilot. And where it's going to, I don't know yet, but it's going. It's like, it's changing super fast, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah, wow. So, and I was playing with GPT advanced mode. So did you play with it? Is it better than GPT advanced mode for voice? Or
for voice, I don't know. Like I didn't play with the voice,
okay,
but I was playing with the different models, like different things. Like tell me a little bit more about the voice model.
Yeah, GPT advanced mode is actually what you're talking about. So probably they use on the back, Microsoft, they use GPT advanced mode, voice mode, or maybe better version, because it could make different English accents. It could talk. It could make like say fast. It could talk slow with different emotions. For example, one one funny thing that's happened to me. I was playing with this ChatGPT advanced mode and asking, "Hey, can you speak with a lower voice?" And then I would ask, "Make it much lower," and then much lower. So it was exciting to see how low it went and like speaking really nice. But then I was recording how it's the response. I was recording to my computer so I could send to my friends. And once I stopped like recording, I left a smartphone on the side and started talking to my friends. But I forgot to stop this voice model. And then like 30 seconds passed out of nothing. My phone speaks to me with this low voice. Excuse me if I don't talk too low with you. Yeah, so I think it's the thing. The thing will be finish. Create things will start, and that's already starting when AI will start talking to us, and this will be sooner or later.
Yeah, it's already talking to us. But can you imagine the phone outreach when you have all these models and everything, and the robot calling you, and you don't even understand that it's a robot? You know, like. Were you thinking about it with the reply.io to do the outreach with the phone calls and anything like that using AI?
Yeah, I was thinking, and I know some companies who already do this. And again, it's a bit illegal in US to do like robocalls. I think it would be legal if someone like opt in. But so it's a tricky question. But I think it will be call centers will be at risk. But what's happened? I think Google or like this Android, iPhone, they will recognize that it's robot calling somehow and basically show this. I believe it will be explicit everywhere on the web or everywhere, like anywhere in digital. Is it genuine content or if it's AI content? And it's fine as far as AI is relevant. And what's scary is that AI content could become much better and much relevant and much more interesting than real content that's created by.
That's true. I wanted to ask you, where did you play with this advanced mode with the AI?
Yeah, it's in Chat
app or it's
it's in ChatGPT app. So you just click like this microphone or it's a speaker icon on the top bottom right, and it's available for US only right now. Or you could, I did it from Warsaw, I installed VPN. So you need to do this. But as well, one trick, if it didn't work for you, try to delete app and then log out first from your ChatGPT account, then delete app from your smartphone, install VPN, or if you US, you don't need it to do, and then try to install app, and this advanced mode should appear.
That's cool. I will try it today because I'm in the US. I don't have to use VPN. But yeah, if you guys, anyone like want to try that and you want to use this advanced mode, just use VPN service and hope it will work for you. Okay, so we had really great conversation today. I learned actually some new stuff from you, Oleg, and I will be very excited to work with reply.io if reply.io will want to register domain names through us. That will be a really good collaboration. And what's your final words to our listeners for today?
Wow, tough question. Again, no, I just want to thank you for the interview. I know how hard, or podcast, how hard it is to be in this role, like interviewer or podcaster, ask this question. So again, thank you for having me and hosting. And if for final word for the audience is, again, I would suggest, again, it's a cliche saying right now, but it's true. People with AI will not replace people, but people with AI replace people without AI. So I would encourage you to learn something in this space, see what tools available. You could subscribe to myself on TikTok, or you could any other platform, or any other YouTuber or content creator who talk about different tools, how they could be used. And again, and I believe 100% you find some applicable cases. I have tons of them in my daily life, and I know everyone who use AI use them daily because it's do really give value.
Yeah, I will just add a little bit about AI. AI, it's a tool. It's a tool that you have to learn how to use. If you know how to use this tool, you will be the best in this. Okay, so thank you so much, Oleg. I will add the links in the description of this podcast to Oleg's website, to his TikTok. And please follow the TikTok and ask the questions. We will be happy to answer questions under this podcast. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Listen to our next podcast in a couple of weeks, and subscribe and follow. And bye. Thank you.